Hey everybody, we are back with more Hearthstone. Oh, and by the way, this is Rydo. Alright, we are on our third recording of the day, and we have two quests still that we need to do. We have good chance of getting Druid and Hunter done. We have not a great chance getting all of these 5 games. Probably made a mistake keeping the 5 games. I could have changed it, but I wanted a little bit more gold. So instead of doing Druid or Hunter, which is what we did last episode, or Priest and Warlock, which is kind of what we did the episode before last episode, although actually we just did all Warlock, what I'm going to do is Druid was the last one we won with in the last episode. So we're going to play Druid and Priest. So if we get a Druid victory, then it will become Priest and Warlock, of course. But we're going to start with Druid and Priest. Just playing ranked play. Do not have enough gold. That is the problem. I spent all my gold like a fool. So if we played Druid last time, we'll start with Priest. I should have left myself about 200 gold. 200, 250 gold at all times. I should just leave myself that much. That way, if there's ever a week where we don't get 150 back, we will still have enough to do an arena run the next 3 days. It's not a week, it's every 3 days. It feels like sort of like a week, but it's not. Managed to look a little bit at the gadget news. I like to follow gadgets. It seems like my favorite over talked about thermostat Nest has introduced about 5 more things that it works with now, and 5 more things are coming in the future. 2 locks that unlock via Bluetooth, but they only have like iPhone, iOS apps at the moment, so no use for me since I don't use the iPhone. So basically what it is you walk up to your door. If you have your Bluetooth on, your door unlocks, and it turns your thermostat from away mode to home mode, not away mode, basically. I think it does that automatically, but not having the actual program to play with, you may have to actually go in the program, push a button to unlock the doors, which just means you can pull your phone out and mess with the phone settings and all that, versus just pulling the key out. Plus there is the slight fear, and it is somewhat justified, that when you start putting things into technology, you make it so that a computer can unlock your door, then somebody can go and unlock your door. And it's important for people to think of this correctly. Someone can go and kick your door down or pick your lock in less than 20 minutes. It will take a hacker, unless there's just some ridiculous exploit that just unlocks them immediately. It would take a hacker to specifically target your house and sit in the driveway or nearby for much longer than 20 minutes. I'd say probably about 3 days, depending on what kind of computer they can run in their car, or across, maybe it's your neighbor and they're running it from there. You could probably do it in 2 days that way, but
What we do.
so it would take considerably longer unless there is just an exploit that is completely that lets it be unlocked immediately. And that's the real fear that you should have, is that at some point in the future they will find some kind of exploit like that and not fix it very fast. The path to fixing it might be very difficult because it's a deadbolt that you put in your door. Do you have to take it apart and plug in some kind of USB device? Do you have to send it back to the factory? Do they ever put a update out if you have to send it back to the factory? Because that would cost them ridiculous amounts of money. The cost of the deadbolts too is quite high. Where you buy a regular deadbolt is $30 to $60. These will cost you like $200 for a deadbolt. It's quite a lot. So, certainly some problems with that. And also, if it unlocks automatically when you walk next to it, will it do that too frequently? So you walk down your hallway and then your front door automatically unlocks? That could be terrible. There could certainly be emergency situations where you need to lock a door and be standing right next to it if you've got somebody coming after you. That would be miserable mistake. So yeah, if you're standing there trying to lock a door and the phone is just unlocking it because you're so close, your phone's too close, lots of confusion could happen. Excuse me. Alright. So there's still a lot that needs to be thought through and done. $200 is really expensive. I mean, that is kind of the problem with Nest and integration with Nest already, is you're paying $200 to $250 for a thermostat, you're paying $200 for a smoke detector, you're paying $200 for a deadbolt. There's certainly even higher, more expensive items like cars and such that work with Nest, and so it is definitely a premium line for a premium consumer. Oh, this guy can't attack. Oh, that's gonna be a trouble. Can wait 2 turns and let this get up to 5-5 and attack, or I can. No, I gotta wait 3 turns to get it to 6-8. Putting these Bluetooth locks, there's 2 companies that now work with the Nest. Isn't the solution I had found. I found a solution that I can't attest to the quality, I can't say if the software is good or not, but it is a doorbell video camera that you can get 2 screens, you can get more screens. For my use, I need 2 screens. So you get 2 little, almost like tablets, but they just are for the video camera on your doorbell, and somebody goes and rings the doorbell, or somebody walks in front of it, and you can see them, you can talk to them through it, and then there's a button that is unlock, and what it does is that unlocks the door just by a simple mechanism of they a simple mechanism of an electromagnet. Basically, it's so it physically pushes a bolt in and out. Now, how you install that, you either replace your handle lock or your deadbolt with it, and so you might have to get several different models, try some different models to hook it up, but to hook it up to the rest of the video conferencing things, it's just 2 wires. Wired is what you're gonna have to do because that whole unit needs to be the whole unit needs to be. He stole my card. How did he take my card? But well, see what this does. What was it I was saying? I was talking about the video game. Yeah, again, I can't testify to how good any of it is, and I've seen good reviews, I've seen bad reviews on Amazon. I want to get it and test it. It's probably a $200 to $250 solution too. It doesn't integrate with Nest or anything like that, which sucks. And the whole thing about integrating with Nest is it just connects to Nest's website, and that's the whole deal. It's just an advanced programmable interface, an API, and it's real easy for any company that cares to program into their wireless device that it's going to adjust the other one. And on the Nest itself, it is a great thing, but after you've had it for a while, the shine starts to wear off on it. Its learning ability has a lot of trouble. It does not really learn what you want. It seems to think everybody works on Monday through Friday and then tries to do something different on Saturday and Sunday, even if it sees clear evidence by you walking in front of it, because it has a motion sensor that you are around on different days. It can't figure it out. It wants to push everything to it. It's very low temperatures for heater and very high temperatures for air conditioner.
Job's done.
It wants to try and make a system where it will save you money, but you would be incredibly uncomfortable and you have to go in there and adjust it. Now, once you kind of give up on the learning or just let the learning do its thing for a couple weeks and then come back and change it to a schedule that makes more sense in your mind, it will work. And I've spent way too much time and energy setting up a schedule that I like. Mostly for me, my schedule is in the winter, just leave it at like 80 and let it always be there. And then somehow at 2 in the morning, you need to turn it down a couple of degrees just so that you're not waking up in a pool of sweat. But in the summer, which usually it's more summer around where I live than it is winter, there's a lot of play I can do there. You want it to get a bit cool at 2 o'clock still. You want it to go basically off at around 10 or 11 in the morning, and then you don't have to have it come back on until 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And then I had it on the system that it would go on for, it would be told to try and reach a temperature in like an hour. And if the air conditioner was still running after an hour, just give up for an hour and then come back another hour later and try again. Which seems weird, I'm sure, but the point was, if it's so freaking hot, if it's 112 outside, it's not ever going to get to 70, 76 or 78 inside. So try to get to 78 for an hour, do as much as you can, and then give up, wait an hour to save some electricity, and then come back. Nest does have the emergency thing, so if the house became too hot, it will start the air conditioner no matter what. And that's very important in most modern houses where you have any like TV, DVRs, or computers, or TVs. All that equipment would be in the danger zone of being permanently damaged if your house gets up to like 80, 89, I'd say. That's probably about as high as you'd ever want the inside of the house anyways. But yeah, you don't want your house to get even in the high 80s. You wouldn't be comfortable there anyways. I'm speaking in Fahrenheit degrees. That's another issue of the Nest. You'd think for a $250 degree, $250 thermostat, it would understand half degrees. I don't know if that's not standard or what, but you can cut a degree. If you can measure one of something, you can cut that measurement in half. And I would totally appreciate an advanced mode or something like that that would come back and give me half degrees. The ability to try and reach like 76 and a half, which would be the right comfortable in my house, would be very useful, because 76 is too cold and 77 is too hot, and it literally feels like that half the time. Probably a lot of that has to do with humidity. My AC unit doesn't have a humidifier, and because it doesn't have a humidifier connected, it seems like the functions to work around humidity in the Nest don't work. Even though it can, through the website, figure out the humidity outside and try and adjust that way. So I'm really at the point where I'm gonna potentially have to buy another $250 system on top of the Nest to control it better because of humidity and just having more thermostats in more rooms. And so we're talking like $500 on just keeping the house cool, which is ridiculous. Let's see, give a minion +4 attack or +4 health and taunt. Give a minion +2 to taunt. Nope.
Done.
I wish they could get this whole automation system, home automation system, working better, but it really feels a lot like early days of Bluetooth, and Bluetooth still hasn't really worked great. I mean, it's getting better all the time, I'll admit that, but it is. It's not a standard. And if you have a beast transform into a 7/7, alright, well, let's do this, and then this.
Snakes.
It has to be snake.
Job's done.
This void terror is scaring me. He's looking at it. 9-9 with taunt. If he can't silence the taunt, he's gonna have to attack with his main void terror. Is he not willing to attack? That's gonna be a mistake. If he doesn't attack, I've won next turn. If he does attack, he'll at least have a chance.
Salam.
And I've lost.
For the wilds.
I mean, there's nothing I can do. Hit the face in the turn. Man, I felt like I was winning there. I really did. I really felt like I was winning. The only home automation system that I've seen has any chance of working is called Control 4. It integrates with the dish hopper. I don't know how much any of it costs. I don't know how much what a great way to use Void Terror. That was a really good way to use Void Terror. 2 death rattles and then plug that in the middle. Wouldn't have thought of that strategy. Yeah, I don't know how any of it costs. I don't know how many different systems they have. They seem to sell only through authorized dealers, which you start getting into the whole security system scams where it's like buy from ADT, but really you're buying from your local dealer that is just an authorized reseller, and that is true for Dish too. Is that
Versus Jane.
the Dish people you pay your bill to are not the people that came out and installed the dish. Those are all subcontractors and such. But it does integrate with the hopper, and that would be super important for a security system. If you have something that has motion detectors for a security system, or some alarm like a fire alarm is going off, you want it to pop up on your TV on the input that you're watching. You don't want it to be on input 2 when you're spending 100% of your time having your TV on input 1. So it needs to either be an HDMI pass-through where you put whatever DVR you have as the TV input in to the back of some security system or home automation system. Everything should be interconnected, really. And then from that box there's another HDMI that goes to your TV. So it's a pass-through, and it can put the signal right on top of it and overlay any messages. Or you need it to deeply integrate like the Control 4 system does. And Control 4 is the only system I've seen that integrates with the hopper. And as long as I'm using hoppers, that's the channel I'll be on. Why am I still paying for TV is it's kind of beyond me. It's Other people still want to watch TV. I would get rid of it at this point. But convincing others to get rid of it is often the problem.
I wonder.
How many games have we played at this point? Is this the 5th game? I can't tell. They've been fast games, so I don't feel like this should be the last game of the episode, even if we win.
I wonder.
It goes by fast when I have something to talk about. CES. Let's talk about CES. I used to watch CES every year, and I caught it probably at its peak.
Your
Two.
opponent left.
Sweet. Sweet. I wish that more people would leave. Yeah, so I was watching CES at its peak, and I used to get into all kinds of gadgets, but eventually I realized the gadgets on CES, lots of them never come out. Lots of them are way overpriced,
Alfuria
even
versus
3,
Valeria.
4, or 5 years after they're
What's
announced.
your
Lots of them don't work as well as they say, and there's also the element that we have done a lot of improvement as far as technology since like 5 or 10 years ago. It used to be that you would have to have a custom calculator, a custom pocket PC, a custom laptop, a custom phone, and you just have to have all these custom things, and it was cool that they did one thing. I mean, just one thing was enough for us to be satisfied and happy with it. In today's day and age, you have your phone, and it is your calculator, your watch, your TV, your pocket PC. It's everything all wrapped in one. So a gadget has to compete with your phone to even be worthwhile to keep in your pocket or take with you, and there really isn't that much. TVs have gone through, have tried to sell people on getting higher and higher resolutions, but the important one was 1080p. When you started getting HD 1080p, you're pretty much set for a good long while. You can do, I believe it's UHD, and I still haven't even figured out whether the UHD is the right term or not, because there's a slight difference. I think UHD is going to be the new TV standard, but I don't think it's been settled yet as the standard, and it is different from 4K. So 4K is kind of people that are slightly below UHD in pixels, but they're selling it to you like it is, which they often tried to do with the HD too. They give you a 720p monitor and then say, oh yeah, that's technically 4K, and who cares if it's technically 4K? I don't want it. I want a 1080p. So at this point, as far as TVs, you want a good reviewed 1080p 120 hertz gaming monitor that will do less than 5 nanoseconds of refresh time. And so that's several things you have to know of response time, not refresh time. But that's a lot you have to know. But that's really where it's at. If you want to spend $1,000 on a TV versus $600 to $500 to $750, maybe $80, depending on the size.
Or die.
Yeah.
Or both.
Then yes, maybe you do go get a gaming monitor for a computer that allows you to plug in TV inputs. But that's really where it's at, is that... Is this a beast? No. This is a beast. So if I plug this in, so, and then yeah, a computer monitor that will take a 1080p TV signal is the next step, and we really need to get away from the... Oh, that sucks.
Where shall I strike?
Let's charge, or... Oh, he is a beast. Good. Yeah, we really need to get from the division of computer monitors and TV monitors. It's been many years, decades, where we've had both, and the truth is, why are they not the same thing? They're being manufactured the same way, they're just being cut at slightly different resolutions and orders. And
Snakes. It has to be snakes.
I deal 3 damage to a minion or 1 damage and draw a card. Let's see.
For the wilds. Job's done.
I don't know what I'm doing with that, but we'll try. I don't want him to kill my guy here.
I am the blade of the gods.
And he still did. Alright, so this guy,
To master.
this guy, and we'll do this instead of this because we have 2 mana.
For the
And
wild.
to the face. As soon as I have an extra $1,000 laying around, whenever that happens, I'm ready and itching to get a 4K computer monitor that hopefully can do UHD, but it certainly can do computer gaming at 4K. But then I will certainly need to spend a couple $1,000s to build a new gaming PC after that, because I am under-equipped in that fashion for sure.
For master.
For the wilds. Job's
What is
done.
this? Whenever your opponent casts a spell, summon a burly rockjaw trog. Well, I don't think I'm going to cast any spells as a druid. As soon as they kill this guy, they're getting Thaddeus.
Yes.
Beast. No beast. That's a shame.
Snakes. It has to be snakes.
For the wild.
Want to keep my mana wraith on the field. Make them suffer. Give each player a spare part. Yeah, kill him. That's the right move. Kill him.
Now you feel pain.
Well, I guess it was the right move. Guess he had me figured out. Alright, we have a 5-man.
You might feel a little tingle.
For the wild.
It didn't work as well as I would have liked, but
The gates are open.
Battle Cry did not activate because he was not summoned. Lost another game.
Well played.
I've been... We're just gonna keep on going. We're gonna probably break up this run, but we're gonna go one more. I've been a little out of the loop as far as building a computer, so I don't know what a top-of-the-line NVIDIA graphics card would feel like. I mean, I can look at the specs and all that, but I don't know what it would really feel like playing one of these, like a brand new PC game, running on like a 4K monitor. So I would, in building a new gaming PC, would buy like a 980, I believe is the top of the line at the moment.
The light shall bring victory.
I'd buy one of those, just one, and put in somewhere between 16 and 64 gigabytes of pretty fast RAM. Probably not the fastest RAM. It would really just depend on how much more expensive the fastest RAM that whatever motherboard I was using could take. And I would want at least 4 core, if not 8 core, if not, do they do 12 and 16 core CPUs these days? I don't see the more cores as being particularly useful. Lots of issues of just people don't program for multi-core threading. So even having 2 cores is not as really useful when running most programs as it is just having a faster front side bus or whatever it's called now, because I don't think they do front side bus anymore. It used to be that there was you'd have a 2.2 gigahertz processor, but the front side bus would be 800 megahertz, and so that means most programs programmed to only run on 1 core would only run at 800 megahertz. And so all that other stuff is just sitting in the background, usually doing little to nothing. So I think they still do something like that. I still don't think if you buy a 3 gigahertz processor or up to 3 gigahertz that it would actually run a single thread at that speed.
The damned stand ready.
I killed that guy because I didn't want to lose my mana wraith, basically. Now on the 5th turn I can bring out Shadow Boxer. I have 2 Shadow Boxers. This will be great. 2 Shadow Boxers just start healing people.
Reporting for duty.
Let's see. I think that was the right move to do.
My fate is sealed.
So yeah, I'd want a higher frontside bust than I would wanting 2 or 4 more cores. Having multiple cores requires you to multitask. Playing games is the exact opposite of multitasking. You want to close all the programs and all that. Alright, so watch this. This, and then this, then
Victory.
this. He can see. Yeah, so I'd want a video card, a top-of-line video card. I'd want a good chunk of RAM, a pretty good CPU with a high frontside bus, good motherboard. It's gonna be important, of course. That's what everything else runs through. And I'd want to start there. Maybe if I want to go wild, I put in some liquid cooling, try and keep it so it doesn't make a bunch of noise. Just getting newer fans at this point would probably be a significant difference from any computer that you're using that's a couple years old. Fans get quieter pretty quick, and that's all great. I'd want an SSD, I'd want a big hard drive. I probably wouldn't immediately think of doing another RAID array. I have enough RAID arrays on my backup server already, so why put more in a PC that's not connected to it? But yeah, those are just my general thoughts, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon until I have a lot of extra money. Okay, so we got like 2 victories with Priest, and so we made some progress, and we're gonna do an extra episode. 4th episode, I'm not feeling too bad about it because we're gonna be doing Druid and Priest. No, we're gonna be doing Hunter and Warlock next episode. We'll just spice it up that way. And if we get, we're probably gonna marathon to get all these done. I really do want to get them done. 4th and the 5th episode seems a little bit too much, but hey, we may do it. But that is certainly it for this episode. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of the video. Thanks for listening to me. Have a good evening.